What's up, you guys? It's your girl Sammy J, and today we're going to be reacting to Liana Lene's situation is getting worse. This is Travis Hunter's girlfriend that literally just keeps embarrassing him. I don't know what rose-colored glasses he's wearing, but the flags are flagging and he's just ignoring them. And that's one thing I just feel like a lot of people do. Why is it that you see all these flags and you're just like, yeah, I want to be with this person? You're blinded. Literally blinded, and it's not real love. That's not a genuine relationship. It's not. Someone that keeps disrespecting you and keeps embarrassing you. I think, to me personally, if I have to check somebody more than once on something that's literally a principle, it's kind of like, that's already a flag. It's like, okay, I'll let you know, now I'm gonna see how you act according to what I said. But some people just cross the line when it comes to principle. It's just, why would you even think to do that? It's like your moral compass isn't even there. So to me, that's a flag. Not doing it. But let's see how this situation is getting even worse.
In less than 2 weeks, we will all be watching the NFL draft, and we want to know who's going to go where. Of course, we've been sitting around making up our own first 10 picks, and none of us really know. But we do know that the Titans have the first pick, the Browns have the second pick, the Giants have the third pick, the Patriots, and then the Jets.
And the crazy part about all of this is, like, I only know about Travis Hunter because of his girlfriend. I didn't know he was even in line until now, because of his girlfriend, that he was in line to even make the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's embarrassing to have your woman. Like, this is what you're almost known for. Like, that is so embarrassing. I wouldn't want... Honestly, I think people take very lightly, but the person that you choose to have as your partner is a reflection of your own character, in my opinion. So, because this woman is literally dragging him, it kind of almost makes me look at him in a different light as well. Because it's like, why would you choose to have a woman that is... It's not a good look. And my partner is a reflection of me, so I want my partner to move a certain way as well as I would for him. Simple principle. It comes down to principle for me.
Jaguars. One thing is for sure is that many of us expect Travis Hunter to be long gone before pick number 6. He can go as high as number 2, maybe as low as number 5, and maybe even number 1. But there's an issue. Because players are more exposed more than now than in the past, we now get an opportunity to look at their personal lives and who they are dating or dealing with. Wasn't a big deal back in the day, but it is now. For new players, who they pick, it could be a disaster.
I know y'all been hearing about the Xavier Worthy and the Tia Jones situation, everything like that, bro. She cheated on him and everything like that, then lied and said that he hit her and everything like that. There's video evidence of all that. Everything was false. Everything was false. She tried to put that man in jail after cheating on him.
Choose your partner wisely. Oh my gosh. I literally was talking to somebody not that long ago, and I literally made a whole TikTok about it where I was saying that I would literally choose to be single over being with somebody that is not the right fit for me. No, I'm not even doing that. I even went on to say, like, I am not marrying somebody because this is the person I expect to have kids with. If I'm in a relationship with you, I want it to go all the way, right? That's my mindset. I'm not going to be in a relationship just for shits and giggles and fun. No, I've never been that way. I've never had that stage in my life, so I'm not going to start now. And if I don't feel like you're a good fit for me, no way in hell am I going to let go of my singleness just for the sake of being in a relationship. No, I'd rather be single for the rest of my life than be with a partner that is going to disrespect me, embarrass me. No, and you might be asking yourself, oh, Sammy, how would you know that? No, you can tell. You literally can tell. The flags are right there. Sometimes I just, like I said, those rose-colored glasses, you just be missing them. But somebody's character, it can be right in front of you. I will literally be single for the rest of my life than be with the wrong person. And definitely not only being with the wrong person, but having kids with the wrong person. Ugh. Bro, being with the wrong person can literally destroy your life. I genuinely think a relationship right now would kill the trajectory that I'm trying to go on, because I don't think there are very few people that understand me, and that's one thing. I love to be understood. So I don't think there's a lot of people that would understand that journey that I'm on, and it might hinder that. So I'd rather just be single.
What is interesting, a lot of older ladies are now going for younger guys who are just getting into the NFL or the NBA.
39-year-old Drea Michelle,
That's nasty
socialite,
word,
IG
guys.
model,
That's
etc.,
nasty.
It's now announced she's pregnant with 22-year-old Jalen Green's baby. Plays for the Houston Rockets.
Why is a 39-year-old woman, would you want to be with a 22-year-old man? And it's not even the fact that a 22-year-old man cannot be mature enough. Sure, maybe he is. But 22, I don't know. Just that age gap to me is a little bit crazy in my opinion. I could never date that young. I would prefer not to date anybody younger than me. But that's just me. I think it man or woman dating that much younger, I think is nasty. It's nasty work, in my opinion.
Athlete. Guys, what do we think about this?
But none of these guys has an explosive story like Travis Hunter and his fiancée, Leanna Lene. Now, this couple is very polarizing because it seemed too good to be true. And then we started to see some footage in the past how Travis Hunter was treated poorly by Leanna Lene, but he really loved her because she was older and she was out of school and he was in high school, but she stayed the entire time. But then as people started bringing up receipts, we started to see some level of flaw in the behavior of Leanna Lene's past.
So apparently Travis Hunter's girlfriend is on fire right now for getting caught cheating on him a while back when the relationship was still early. As y'all can see, there was a guy named Internet Nick. He basically exposed the fact that Travis Hunter's girlfriend early on in their relationship DM'd him. And obviously y'all are going to want to see the dates, so here are the dates right here. As y'all can see, this was throughout their relationships. They specifically said that they began dating 5 years ago. If we do the math, that was 2019 or really early 2020. This ain't even early 2020. This is late 2020, meaning that they were in a relationship. So to get back to the text, as you can see, she says, "You're too cute, let me wife you." The man replies, "Well, where are you?" She says, "Kennesaw." Heart emojis, heart eye emojis, "Appreciate you." And then she gets left on red by her tough.
It got so bad that even celebrities were wearing their opinion on it.
You about to get the biggest check in your life. You about to go to the NFL. And all we are doing is waking you up, young brother. Because if you don't see what the is going on, gang, if we didn't give we'll let you crash out. But from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do.
A bad relationship will literally ruin you. No joke. It can literally seriously ruin you. And he's so young.
I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with heart eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance.
Nasty.
And that brings us back to Travis Hunter. Besides going to the NFL draft, he has an opportunity to sign a lot of brand deals. He already has a pretty good deal with Adidas, amongst other companies. And before he even sets foot on a football field, Travis Hunter has already made a lot of money. Even in college, his NIL deal was on point. But now he's decided to make a deal with Panini of America. This is a sports cards company. He's signing an exclusive deal with this particular company. And a lot of people aren't happy about it, at least according to Twitter. And it's not because people just don't like Travis Hunter, but it's because they don't really like Travis Hunter's girlfriend. Let's look at some of the comments here. Scott Escobar writes, "This sucks. Absolutely ruining the sports cards hobby with exclusivity." Now, if you guys know what some of the original card companies like Topps, Upper Deck, and Score, you know, players used to be able to appear on all of these card companies and it was better for collectors. But I guess in this case, Panini, which in my opinion is new because I didn't see it at first, is trying to make it exclusive. But not only this, you see a guy by the name of Chappie. His girlfriend is happy for this payday. Another guy writes, "Gonna be an absolute bum in the NFL. I can't wait." Let's kind of go back to the girlfriend is happy for this payday. Here's something that we are noticing about young players. They are making more money than the guys who came before them. This is true indeed. Second thing that we're noticing is that these guys don't have a whole lot of respect for the older players because now they're making much money. And third, if guys give them any advice, they are looked at as being old or they are hating, and they just, are upset because they're in the limelight right now. And the reality is, this is giving the opportunities to these older women like Drea Michelle. We're seeing it with Tia Jones, Xavier Worthy, and Leanna Lene, a lady who's about 3 or 4 years older than Travis Hunter, a woman who, if Travis Hunter doesn't deal with her, nobody knows who she is, and she's back in Atlanta, working at the strip club, booty clapping it up. Okay? Here's the issue, and we all can see this. At a certain point, we bet on the fact that Leanna Lene is going to switch up and leave Travis Hunter and take some, if not all, of what he's worked for. They are about to get married. Of course, he most likely won't sign a prenup, and all of these things are going to be her payday. And this is what guys have to understand about messing with women that don't have what you have. I get it. You guys have money. You don't need a woman that has money. It's always going to be true, and I know it's true indeed. I'm not arguing that. But there is a case to be made about dealing with a woman who doesn't have anything while you have everything. I used to want to deal with a chick that wanted me when I didn't have nothing. But you know what? I've changed my mind about that. Because if I didn't have nothing and she didn't have nothing and now I get everything, guess what? She might not be motivated to do better and she won't have anything.
I feel like that's a character thing, because you can't make somebody want anything for themselves, right? If people are comfortable where they're at, they will literally stay where they're at. So that's a mindset thing. Some people have it in them, some people just literally don't. And that just comes down to the type of woman you're dating. Like, you have to realize and peep that from the jump. Like, is this woman actually motivated to even do anything with her life? Some women are not. Some people want to be at home, do their little job, whatever it is. If you're happy with that, that's what you're happy with. But as a man or as a woman, you're looking at your partner, you got to be like, am I okay with that? If my partner were to do that for the rest of their life, will I be okay with that? I'm the type of person where, I want my own money. And it's kind of weird because I have a very traditional and untraditional way of thinking when it comes to this. It's like, I want to be able to provide for myself. If it all came down to it, I didn't have nobody, whatever, I don't have a partner, whatever, I need to know that I can take care of myself. Now, when I'm in a relationship with somebody and the man, because I know men like to be providers, I'm not going to stop my man from being a provider. I'm not going to be this overly dominant woman who needs to just take care of herself. No, that's not the case. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I want for myself. I still have my own goals and my own priorities. And I want to be able to, go to the store and go get my own things. I don't want to have to ask my man for any money. No. Now, if he goes to the store, he wants to buy me something. Hey, babe, you want me to get you? Like, I'm not going to stop him either. I'm going to let a man be a man, if that makes sense. But I also want to be my own woman, so that if anything does happen, I can always go back and take care of myself. Because a lot of women who don't prioritize having their own money, that's something I feel like is a reason why they that's the reason why they won't leave certain relationships, because they're like, oh, I'm so heavily dependent money-wise on this person. If I leave now, I have nothing for myself. But you created that lifestyle. It didn't need to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a strong believer, and I think that women should have their own goals, their own money. And if you don't, personally, it's just not my cup of tea. And I think that for the man as well. Like, I want a man who's a high-value man that has a lot of stuff going for him. He doesn't need to be the richest man in the world, but he needs to be adding value into my life and in his own life. And whatever that looks like, I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying.
Guess what that means? That means whenever she wants to leave, she can say, well, I was letting you clap these cheeks when you didn't have anything, and now you're just gonna leave me like
no
that.
Value.
I want a divorce. And if you didn't sign a prenup, guess what? Now she'll be clapping your cheeks in the court of law. And I think that many guys have to look at the fact is that people really don't love you, man. There are some women who can love you, of course. There are some people who really honestly care about you. But what if their feelings change, all right? What if their feelings change? Somebody can wake up 5 or 10 years down the line and you're not the person they want to be with anymore, okay? Things change, people change. But the reality is they've already invested in the relationship, and now they would like to leave the relationship, of course, with your money. And you might be begging them to stay. They may have already emotionally moved on. Their cheeks may have also emotionally moved on. And then there you are, okay? And the worst thing that a rich man can do, or a successful man can do, is to elevate a woman to be in a position that she does not deserve. It is often that you see a woman in Travis Hunter's position elevate a guy that has less than her. It happens if they can't get it. For example, Megan Good or Keke Palmer, where they just absolutely can't get it. But before they go that route, they actually try to get it. They actually try to get somebody who has more than them, right? This is why guys were upset with Ruby Rose when she said, listen, I make $5 million a year. I want a guy that makes $5 million a year. A lot of guys were offended. The only way that Ruby Rose will stop going for that is when she understands she can't get that. But in the last 2 or 3 years, she's been able to get DDG, she's been able to get Drewski. So for her, she's still gonna try to get as much as she can while she still is in her prime, all right? She's gonna try to do that. But if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't do this, guys. And you gotta stop believing that you're so special. Travis Hunter is really believing that he's special. And we all see that this is gonna come down to the end, but he's going to be sadly mistaken. Again, always think about it like this as a man. A man as a producer, number one, the only people that probably love you are maybe like outside of your family, 10 in a lifetime, okay? If you're lucky, one of those 10 is your wife, right? Or a business partner, okay? Or your kids. Usually you're not that lucky, all right? But if you are, you've done a great job. If any case, by any chance,
I think there is some truth to what he's saying. I think a lot of people don't have that like locked in mindset. Like when you're with somebody, it's a commitment, it's a choice. I'm choosing you despite whatever may be happening. And I feel like as long as you're respecting each other, and you know, my non-negotiable is like cheating. I won't stand for cheating. So as long as that's not taking place, we could work through anything because we're locked in. And I know people change, and that's where you have to allow room to grow. Like that is the mature thing to do. Not when you meet somebody, the likelihood of them being the same person as you met them is very unlikely. They're going to change some way, somehow, I don't know. But when you get to that point and there may be a little bit of friction, you have to be like, well, I love this person so much that we are going to fix this. We're going to work through this. How can we find ways to make this still a very healthy relationship? And I think a lot of people, what happens is they get to a point of friction and it's like, I'm out. I'm done. I don't like this version of you. And it's kind of like, you know, people who stay together for 30 years, you think it was a blissful 30 years? No. I'm sure there was years where it was ugly. But that's just how you have to have that locked in mindset. And I really do truly believe that nowadays nobody really has that mindset. Nobody. And that's why I say what I said earlier is like, I need to be with somebody that has that locked in mindset, because I can't afford to be with someone who doesn't. I can't have anybody that's going to throw me off what I have going on. And I really just say this all to say, it's like, bro, choose your partner wisely. Choose the person you want to be with forever wisely, because a lot of people really don't give a fuck about you. They really are selfish and only care about themselves. And the moment that you don't serve their needs and their purpose, it's like, out. I don't need you anymore. You know what I'm saying? So be so mindful of that. Be so mindful. Choose wisely. That's the best advice I can give you.
And those people that you love don't love you, you're in for a problem. Just say you heard it from me. So
yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. This is a crazy situation. Granted, you know, he's engaged to this woman and he's embarrassing him this much. I just wouldn't be surprised if the wedding just never happens, or the wedding is very short-lived, because there are red flags, very much red flags. Even the fact about, I know they had mentioned earlier in the video where they found a DM from maybe early on in their relationship, and maybe she has, I don't even think grown from that situation is the right word I'm trying to use, but the fact that she was able to do that is a very telling sign of what her character is. So don't ignore the red flags. Deuces.